You're listening to the Sales Hunter podcast. My name's Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. What are we talking about today? Warning. The red lights are flashing. Your prospects are not who they claim to be, irregardless of what they are telling you. We'll explain why and separate the difference so you don't get suckered into spending time with bad prospects. The show begins right now. Warning, your prospects are not who they claim to be. Hey, how many times have you spent time with a prospect who is engaging? They're sharing with you information. They're saying how brilliant, how wonderful, how thankful they are that you came on the scene. And oh, wow, this is a perfect fit for their company. And oh, wow, I can hardly wait to be able to buy from you. But the problem is they can't buy from you. Because why? Because they're not empowered to make a decision. In fact, they don't even have influence in making a decision. They're just a warm, friendly face that really is kind of telling you what you want to hear. Now, that's one type, that people who aren't willing to tell a person, somebody else, what they want to hear. The other type is the person like I began talking about at the beginning. The person who says, oh yeah, this is brilliant, this is a great solution, this is exactly what we need. And you come away thinking that, wow, you've got a customer, you've got a high value prospect, but they don't have the ability to buy despite their title, despite what they tell you, despite what they say. And here's the situation. What does it do? It winds up filling up your pipeline and wasting valuable time. You've got to get them out of your pipeline. Here are the questions that you need to ask. 1, how have you made decisions like this in the past? There's a part B to it. Who else is typically involved, or who else is involved? You ask that one question and then the part B to it. This is absolutely critical, because you've got to find out from them as to whether or not they have gone down this path before. The other question you've got to ask them is this: what budget is this going to come from? Who controls that budget? Who's got the money? In other words, you're really cutting to the chase, and you go ahead and cut to the chase early on in this, because here's the whole thing. Why spend time with somebody who doesn't have any kind of budget authority? You don't have time. Now, there is a risk that you can ask that question too early, because again, I got to make sure I understand what the need is. But if this person has shared with you the need, the outcome, and you're suspect, go ahead and ask that money question. The other question is this: hey, who are the other people that we should be talking to regarding how this is going to work in your company? Now, what am I doing here? I'm getting other people involved. And what I found is this: many times there are people who are excited to do business with you, but they'll never introduce you to anybody else, because their excitement is just in their own mind. It's a delusion. They're dreaming. They think they know what the company, but they don't even have the guts to get you involved with other people. Here's the situation. If you have these people, what you have is you have a cheerleader. You have a cheerleader. You don't need a cheerleader. You might even have a coach, because they'll tell you what to do. Here's what you need to do. Here's what you need to do. But certainly they are not a champion. You absolutely waste cycles when you spend time with cheerleaders. You're going to feel good, and you know what? You're going to wind up putting stuff in your pipeline that shouldn't be there. And then come the end of the quarter, it's not even going to come close to closing. That's the cheerleader. The coach is the one who is always quick to tell you who to talk to. And, oh, you need to go see purchasing. Oh, you need to go do that. Oh, you need to go do that. Well, you know what? That's great, but hey, it means I'm just at square one. If they're not even willing to make the introduction to you, all you have is a coach, and a weak coach at that. Because again, they're not going to help you make the decision. You see, what you really want is you want that champion, the person who believes in your product, believes in your service, believes in how it's going to help, and they're going to help knock down the doors to get you the money, help knock down the doors to get the approval, help knock down doors to get everything through. Because the last thing you want is to have somebody who is, oh, yeah, they're really excited about it. Okay, now you got to go to procurement. And then procurement says, your price is 30% too high. And there's nobody who will go to bat for you. You see, your prospects are not always who they claim to be. Validate early so you spend more time with fewer prospects. Hey, I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. What have you been listening to? The Sales Hunter podcast, where it's about helping you see and achieve what you didn't think was possible. Each week you get 2 episodes, one a short one like this, and a second episode where we do a deep dive with a sales expert. Why? Because I want to make you the best salesperson possible. Why? Because that way you'll be able to influence and impact more people. Hey, my name is Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Check out the Sales Hunter University. We've got tons of courses out there to help you be that sales expert you can become. I'm Mark Hunter, the Sales Hunter. Great selling.